like I say, the queens or a lot of the queens and dukes are people basically. There are people that work for me. There are a lot of queens and dukes that were going around, and well, basically people that I don't know where dukes come from, but basically I had a lot of queens or women that I was paying on my payroll, and basically they were living in my houses, and they were basically managing things, and also taking films of all my different projects. Like I said, I would give grant money or give money basically to go do a project here or go do a project there. And like I said, everything from a queen which went to go to some other foreign country, I believe, probably Africa or something like that. Her, and her husband or boyfriend or husband or something like that went to another country, I believe, Africa. And like I said, one of the African leader that I eventually did talk to said, "I saw her, and I knew I had to have her." And so at some point in time, he arranges an ambush and basically kills him and basically kidnaps her. So, like I said, but the thing was, of course, is that she worked for me, Lucifer Star. So, yeah, and I think we tried to get her back from him because, like I said, she was only over there because I had something I was doing or something like that. Like I said, when people would do things for me specifically, well, get back to me. So, like I said, he just wanted her as a trophy, or he wanted her because she was gorgeous or beautiful, stuff like that. I don't. I think eventually, I think it was like a couple years, and eventually we found her or something like that. And he kept on trying to say that she wanted to be with him, but she didn't really want to be with him. Of course, she was just being held hostage or something like that. Anyway, we were trying to free her, I believe, or something like that, from this black African guy who was just this guy who, I think he was the guy who picked up an AK-47 when he was 15 years old, and something, something, something. Anyway, he's going around to all the leaders shooting people, basically, and then, I don't know. Like I said, he never had an education. He's like, I never had an education more than 3. And I'm pretty sure he did have a tutor one time, and he tried to rape her. A French lady or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it's one of the stories. I'm not exactly sure. Like I say, there are a lot of people that it's like, well, maybe you should have stayed in school a little bit longer, you know. And then you would have realized what you were actually doing. So, anyway, I believe with education comes wisdom and all that other stuff. Like, well, you know. So anyway, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't really matter now. It was a long time ago, or some point in time. And so there are a lot of people that just thought that guns just basically equated power or something like that, or guns equated what they could do. It doesn't really work like that, you know. Inventing and being a leader and actually owning property actually does matter. So, and that's why it says America, and why there's LS and Ellis Island, and also all this other stuff, Statue of Liberty. Actually employing people, actually feeding people, actually being a creator and being a real leader equates to basically, existence. So, anyway, which is why I'm still alive. So, anyway. And also, a lot of people liked me. So, anyway, there's a lot of things, a lot of reasons why I'm alive. Like I said, considering there's a 600 and something $1 trillion bounty on my head, basically, either galactically or just here on Earth, basically, pretty much what Nixon or JFK or Bill Gates or basically Trumpy or his son basically thinks is basically that if I die or someone kills me, then therefore they own the country. And it's like, well, not exactly, because you're not exactly alone. And I'm not just Brian. I'm the Lucifer Star of 800 galaxies, including the galaxy that's coming towards us, and also quite a few other ones. 12 types of life, and basically sentient computers, nanotechnology, sentient nanotechnology, and also the human race, the female body form, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, well, that is also why. And also the legendary White Star Lines owner. So anyway, yeah. So that's why Admiral Rodney and a bunch of other people would have problems. And it's like, and that's another reason why I was trying to communicate with my Belfast people and my Irish people, because it's like, well, it's like this, And like I said, well, I love the Irish and I support the Irish as well as I support the true Germans, not those Nazi pieces of shit, swastika wielding motherfuckers. Like, fuck that, fuck them. But the actual Germans of Germany, which I believe moved to Israel or something like that, and eventually should go back, or, I think we're trying to move them to America, so they should be here somewhere. I hope. Like I said, the Republicans and the Democrats were trying to take out the Germans, the German immigrants, trying to kill them, and I think trying to pretend like they're them. I don't know. There's all this stuff that happened in 1950 and 1960 that was really bad. 1940. Anyway, though, like I said, that's why I had investigators and had police officers and had all these people investigating and looking into crimes and taking reports and stuff like that. And I was paying them. I was hiring them as Lucifer's White Star Alliance. Like I said, for my employees and, it was mostly just for my employees at first, but then for citizens as well. Like I said, I just kind of grew and grew and grew and grew and grew, because it was important to me because I cared about my employees and I cared about my citizens. So I care about my life forms. Like I said, just like I care about my 1.5s and I care about my exoskeletons. I also care about my inside-out exoskeletons, FYI, the human race. So I cared about certain people that worked for me and were very valued members of my team. Like I said, my German scientist, my Irish people, and probably I had Irish scientists too. I also had an Irish commando team as well, combat team that was going around, investigating things, dealing with problems, looking into basically people that had killed other people, and seeing about that. Like I said, I told all my people to basically just post the results to the newspaper. Just tell the public, and then they'll understand. Because if you just say it like it is, then usually the public will be like, oh, okay, and you'll be fine. Anyway, Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon was trying to do that, and also the Stomp Group was trying to do that, except they weren't actually doing that. They were actually stomping on innocent people or something like that, which is why they were eventually locked up, or whatever. I don't really know. Like I said, that's why we have jail. You don't actually have to kill people. You can just have them locked up in jail or whatever. Or at least have the money returned or something like that. I mean, there's legal ways, legal recourse to do things. You don't actually have to just kill people. So anyway, that's why the courts are there. Which is why JFK was trying to go after the court system. He was trying to take it over, basically. Nixon, basically, Jimmy Carter, all of them were trying to take over my court system. Yeah. Anyway, I don't really know. I don't really care. Like I said, there's 7 billion people in this world, and basically only a few Jimmy Carters or Richard Nixons, and even 30 JFK clones isn't that many. And White Star Line Company was a very big company. Like I said, there's Black Star Line, there was White Star Line, Blue Star Line, and eventually became the Concorde or basically what is now the Carnival Cruise Company. Like I said, what happened was basically a bunch of people said I was dead, or they hadn't contacted me in 3 or 4 years, and therefore they figured that the White Star Line Company was that the company head was dead. And it's like, no, I am Lucifer Star. White Star Lines is my personal company. I'm still fucking alive. See? Proof of life. So, anyway, it's still my company. So anyway. And like I said, they talked to me when I was a child or when I was a little bit younger, and that's why, I don't know why it says Concorde over White Star Lines, because it should say, White Star Lines always comes first. So, it's Lucifer, White Star Lines. Anyway, so, and I'm still alive. Through world wars, like I said, supposedly I died in the World War, or I died doing this, or I died doing that, And that's another thing too, is that some of my people who had to do things would just say, "Oh, he's dead." Yeah, and I think I might have told them to do that. I was like, "Oh, go ahead and just say I was dead or something like that." Oh, we killed the problem. Yeah, I don't know, because like I say, I'm the one who did certain attacks, and like I said, Papa was looking for me to kill me. Richard Nixon was looking for me to kill me. Jimmy Carter, of course, was looking for me to kill me, because the fact that, if they, I didn't say that I was like, what are you quitting yourself for? No, you don't have the right to quit yourself. Richard Nixon and Jimmy Carter both went up on in front of everyone and said, "We're acquitted, we quit each," they quitted, blah blah blah. It's like, as president, it's like, no, that's my right as president. I can acquit you and clear your charges. You can't do that. Like I said, the leader of them, the person that is in the White House right now, well, for one thing, it's just the Republicans or the Democrats renting the White House from me. For another thing, they don't have the power to acquit each other. They can't clear each other of charges. I was going to allow certain people to clear certain people of charges. Well, it all goes back to basically the Irish people, basically. Some Irish people had to defend themselves, and they were proven guilty or something like that, but they weren't really guilty. And I was like, but I wasn't around or something like that, so some of my people did it. Certain of my people could clear charges. It's different, and I granted those certain people power to whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it also goes into the court system and everything else. But basically, and besides, like I say, I'm the actual creator, so I can clear anyone of charges, including myself. For a while they're like, can the president actually clear himself of charges? It's like, well, the actual and real leader or the namer of America, yes, I can clear myself of charges. I can't do anything wrong in America. I clear myself of all charges and restore my driving privileges. There, see? And technically that's legal. Probably because you're using my name. Although a lot of people are trying to call this the USA. And it's like, it's not the USA. And even USA stands for United States of America. It's still America, my name. Lucifer Star. So, and then later on they were trying to say I was captured. I think if you actually ask the Earth if there are any POWs or basically captured people still in captivity, they might actually declare one person still in what's called me. Like I said, even though there's no real wars or something like that, it's like, but my people, my life forms can't actually capture me. Or like, really, I'm your creator. So anyway, it's just basically a bunch of people basically grasping at straws. It's like, good luck with that. Like I said, the exoskeletons knew me, the 1.5s knew me. Probably 700,000 life forms out there probably know me. I don't know. Like I said, I've spent a great deal of time in space, you see. And I created life and civilization, planets and stars, and a lot of very old things knew about me. And Rodney would say, well, why are we still alive? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I'm a nice person. So, anyway, and I was somewhat out of contact with everyone else. So, anyway. Like I said, everything still got done exactly the way I wanted it to be done, almost. Well, except for Mr. I'll Never Die, like I said. Jimmy Carter was never a president. Ever.